Hi, welcome to Take 5, where we daily consider devotional thoughts from Oswald Chambers' book, My Utmost for His Highest. Today is May 3rd, and the title of today's devotional is Vital Intercession. Praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, Ephesians 6 and verse 18. Do you weigh what you ask of God for others to be of genuine value and significance? Do your prayers really matter, and do you think them through as if they were significant for the life of the one whom you are speaking? Chambers begins today with, as we continue on in our intercession for others, we may find that our obedience to God in interceding is going to cost those for whom we intercede more than we ever thought. Chambers teaches us that there is a danger when we begin to intercede in sympathy with those whom God was gradually lifting up to a totally different level in direct answer to our prayers. Whenever we step back from our close identification with God's interest and concern for others and step into having emotional sympathy with them, the vital connection with God is gone. Let it be understood that Chambers deeply believed in the power and efficacy of a praying Christian. He seriously looked upon the strength of the Christian lifting up others to God in the like manner as Moses extending his hands upward in prayer for the Hebrews while in battle, so to keep them winning against the enemy, Exodus 17. Allow that to sink in, then you can see why Chambers' voice is concerned over one's praying sympathetically with an individual rather than from the vantage point of God's interest, because Chambers saw the believer's prayer as having genuine influence with God. With that understood, do you want to pray what man wants or what God wants? In the garden, Jesus said, "Not my will, but thine be done." Chambers says that once we put our sympathy and concern for them in the way, it is a deliberate rebuke to God, and that it is impossible for us to have living and vital intercession unless we are perfectly and completely sure of God. The greatest destroyer of that confident relationship to God, so necessary for intercession, is our own personal sympathy and preconceived bias. Identification with God is the key to intercession, and whenever we stop being identified with Him, it is because of our sympathy with others, not because of sin. It is not likely that sin will interfere with our intercessory relationship with God, but sympathy will. There is someone who has been vitally connected in my life who for a number of years, who I have been praying. They placed themselves in a position earlier this year that created a condition for God to get their attention, and they were scared and in danger. On a particular date, I prayed specifically for God to deliver them out of whatever they were in, and the very next day, they posted of how they had been taken out of the situation. However, the downside to the story is they soon returned to their old way of life, having forgotten how God had delivered them. I had prayed in sympathy for them, and from this study, God now shows me that, just as He literally accomplished in me in 2012, I must pray for them to be broken, whatever the cost may be. I am not able to vitally pray for them if I remain in sympathy for them, for they are refusing to turn their back on sin. God must break them fully to draw them out of their current lifestyle and interest. Chambers closes with, vital intercession leaves you with neither the time nor the inclination to pray for your own sad and pitiful self. You do not have to struggle to keep thoughts of yourself out, because they are not even there to be kept out of your thinking. You are completely and entirely identified with God's interests and concerns in the lives of others. God gives us discernment in the lives of others to call us to intercession for them, never so that we may find fault with them. If you haven't yet read today's devotional from Dr. Chambers' book, I encourage you to do so, for it will enhance the time that we spend together. It's available online free of charge. If you have any questions or comments, please share them below, and also share prayer requests as well. And now may God's grace and peace be ours as we seek to live our utmost for His highest. Thanks for being here today. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye now.